Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for another episode of Pokemon Colosseum. Today, we're going to be watching the first 90 battles in the RPG mode Mount Battle. This is the in-game one, and I have put all of these at 400 times speed. I recorded each of the 10 battles in chunks, but it's all 400 times speed because we're not watching 3.5 hours of this, especially when it starts off at a very, very low level, which isn't the worst thing, but it gets a little samey. But as you can see, these first trainers are level 15 and 16, and it kind of scales up with each. Like, it scales up by like 5 levels or so at each of the 10 floors. But to start off, I guess, if you're watching this, since we're only about a minute in, you don't have to do the in-game Mount Battle in order to get Ho-Oh. The only reason why I'm doing this, A, is for completion's sake, I guess, and B, just because you get a Time Flute at the end of this. So I'm doing all of this to avoid having to do anything with purifying one of my shadow Pokemon. And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? No, you may ask yourself, is it really worth it to go through all of this for a Time Flute instead of just taking the time to purify? And some of those shadow Pokemon take forever, so I feel like it's worth it for some people. But yeah, the team I have over here is the same exact team that I had before. Didn't really change anything. The strategy that I eventually work into, since like most of these people have 2 Pokemon, the strategy I eventually work into is just having Aurora using Surf and having Heracross using Earthquake, because those just take out the most Pokemon at once. Another thing to point out is that in the in-game Mount Battle, you can use items, and you don't get any continues. So, I would suggest using items that you don't lose. We'll see eventually in the battle mode, Mount Battle. There are no items involved, although you have your hold items, which I stupidly keep on some of my Pokemon. We'll see. We'll talk about that later, though. Here's our first area leader. But yeah, you don't have like potions and stuff to use in the battle mode, Mount Battle. So this person also, Vander here, who we saw as part of the story, has 5 Pokemon instead of the 2 that everyone else had, but they're still all level 20. So Mount Battle is kind of a thing that you can do over the course of the game, which I don't suggest doing because that's annoying. But it's kind of meant for you to, like, start and stop it. Yeah, they all say the same thing. You've cleared area blank. Go talk to this person to get coupons. And you can have Abra teleport you back to the counter, but I don't know why you would. So you can save every 10 floors, which is great for 2 reasons. So you can see everyone's level 20 now. Saving is great for 2 reasons. 1, it means that you don't have to do this all at once. And 2, if you screw up something, you can just turn your game off and restart it. And unlike the battle mode, Mount Battle, which suspending it is only a quick save, meaning it's temporary, these are permanent saves. So you can just retry things as much as you want. But yeah, the enemies here are still weak enough that I can one-shot them without really caring about time usage. The first, I would say 3 or 4 of these zones, like the first 40 floors, I beat in about 15 to 20 minutes each, which is why we're only about 5 minutes into the video. So they weren't too bad, but it started creeping up to like 20 minutes, and then 25, and then 30. And the last 10 floors were actually a challenge, surprisingly. But so far over here, what I'm doing is just keeping my underleveled Pokemon out, just because, you know, you get a little bit of experience going through this, and I do not recommend Mount Battle at all for level grinding, unless you can just like redo the top floors. But we are getting like tiny little bits of experience, so you may as well. It's kind of a good idea to keep your team even if you're going to be using them for the battle mode one, because the battle mode one makes all of your opponents the level of your highest level Pokemon in your party. So I actually ended up having 2 over-leveled Pokemon and 4 Pokemon that were 5 levels under all the opponents. And again, I still made it through it, but it probably made a difference in how long it took. Oof! Yeah, all these people kind of like say the same things, but I kind of have to hand it to the developers of giving hundreds of trainers like at least a little bit of dialogue. Like that was a lot, because there's the 100 people here, and then there's the 100 people in the 1 versus 1 mode, and then there's the 100 people in the 2 versus 2 mode, and then there's also the battle mode versions of all the stadiums, the Colosseums. So there's a lot of trainers in this game, and they all have a thing to say at the beginning and a thing to say when you beat them. And in the in-game one, they also have a thing to say after the battle. Anyway, here's Arth, the leader of the second area. It's Pokemon level 25. Ooh. Again, 5 Pokemon. In the battle mode one, the people don't say anything after the battle. They just get vaporized, which is fine. Got Ninkata here, and this guy's using some bug types, I guess. The leaders kind of use a theme. They're kind of like gym leaders, which I guess is okay. Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, there's Area 2. We get 200 Poke Coupons. So you get a set amount of those in the RPG mode, but when you do it the out-of-game mode, in the battle mode one, you actually get penalized if you use any legendaries on your team, which is interesting. Excuse me. But yeah, the Pokemon are now 25 as a base level. Not too shabby. Yeah, this is where I gave up. I mean, excuse me, Aurora needed the leveling. Actually, seeing as Aurora started at 58, we're gonna end up with 67 on Aurora, so we gained 9 levels over the course of this. So I guess it can be okay for level grinding. I just feel like there's better things to do. But yeah, Aurora with Surf is just really nice, especially against early opponents, because it's essentially a team wipe, and I'm trying to do anything possible to to speed this up. I was playing this on Friday, this past Friday, so I have time restrictions on Fridays. So I ended up actually getting to the end of 70, I think, before I had to go, which was actually impressive, but it was still a lot. Also, it drives me absolutely out of my mind that it keeps asking you, do you want to go to the next thing? When you try to go through to next zone, yeah. It's like, you want to go to the next area, you want to stop here. And I'm like, what do you think? I mean, I appreciate that they ask you, but also I wish that they didn't, because it takes time. And here, in the RPG mode, it's like, do you want to go to the next area? And it's like, yes, as the first option. In the battle mode, it changes it. It says, do you want to suspend your battle? And the answer is yes is the top, so you have to press B or go to no. And like, why would they switch that? It's such a bizarre change. Excuse me. But yeah, it just takes a little bit more time. Like, there's like little things that just nickel and dime you in how much time these things take up. But anyway, we're already up to battle 29 here. These poor Pokemon. I appreciate how fast Flygon is. Flygon's been consistently one of my fastest Pokemon, like along with Heracross and Espeon. And this is Renson, Area 3 leader. This uses water types, I guess. Even with the water types there, Aurora's still taking him down. They're weak enough that I really don't have to care, and I have the Mystic Water on. It's magnificent! Alright, so our reward for this is 400 Poke Coupons. I kept on cutting up... Oh, you're right, yeah. Now we're in the OSHA violation area. We're in an active volcano now. And the music is different too, which is neat. The music does change up every bunch of floors, so that's neat. Excuse me. And it's kind of neat that you do see a little bit of progress of actually climbing up this volcano, apparently. But like, what happens if you fall off it? You die. Don't go near. I guess that's why they stand in the direct center. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I've been cutting up the recordings here. So like, I record up until beating the area leader, and then before I save, I stop the recording and make sure that it worked, and then go to the next one. And aside from the fact that shorter recordings means there's less likelihood of it screwing up, I can also make sure that I'm not filling up my hard drive, which I almost did, because 10 of these recordings add up. Add up in space, surprisingly. Also, this old lady just should not be here. Glasses Man. Did we have Glasses Man, I guess, in the main game? I don't remember anybody being a Glasses Man until we got to the battle. Also, like, it's kind of sad that that's their defining feature. I just want to put that out there. There's also a lot of rich kids in this volcano. And I don't know what to think about that, honestly. Yeah. So the enemies here are like level 30 now, which, again, you know, is not really any match for us, but... excuse me. You know, it's starting to get to the point where I'm getting concerned that I won't one-shot them. Luckily, I still am, though. Yeah, Aurora has just been a godsend, and Borealis there I don't really need, but he's fast, and Dragonclaw does enough, so it's still fine. Nero. And since he goes before Aurora, if the person has the third Pokemon, then, you know, Borealis can... then Aurora can just beat the next ones. Anyway, here's Trinch, who I guess uses rock types. It's kind of funny seeing the faint animations in 4x speed like this. You can't see some of it, but Wow, see, there's a Pokemon that actually withstood, it's grass rock, which is why, but it actually withstood a single surf. Not that that helped him. That was spectacular. Wow, go to the coupons. What do we get here? 600 now. Alright, so now we're at floor 41. So everybody's starting off with level 35 Pokemon now. Still one-shotting them though. Okay, so I switch an Espy over here and put Psychic as the first because you get healed after every battle, so I don't have to care about PP really. Excuse me, sorry. I'm still getting over a cold. There's Aurora leveling up. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Okay, sure, whatever, buddy. Lady in suit. What kind of suit? A lawsuit? I don't think so. I am enjoying myself, thank you very much. It's a lot of fun old men on Mount Battle as well. Yeah, I don't know why I tried using Psychic on Sableye. I wasn't paying attention, I was just mashing the A button here, hoping that Suicune would just take care of things, because Espeon was actually pretty useless in that battle right there. But then Fake Out. I hate Fake Out so much because it's actually really good in this game. It's really good in double battles. Single battles, Fake Out just wastes a turn because I don't do much damage to you and you don't do anything, and it's a 1 versus 1 and that's it, it cancels out. But in a 2 versus 2 battle, taking out one of your opponent's Pokemon actually does a ton. And I hate it. See, now this is a battle SP who can do stuff. This person's just using poison types. I thought that said Bloom for a second. Don't know why. Medicham, look at you, using psychic types. I do kind of appreciate my path turned dark. I do kind of appreciate that the trainers have a theme of some sort. Like this is water types. Although, you know, having a theme of water types does make it a little bit more difficult for Suicune to just spam Surf. Teacher Kins, Celio and Houndour. I have no idea what your theme is here. Spinda, you don't have a theme. Also, the teacher trainers in this are vaguely, like, I don't know, trying to figure a nicer way of saying it, but they sound very thirsty. They're like, ooh, do you want to be my student? I'm like, what? It's just, you know, weird, you know, sometimes. Anyway, let's just beat up this area leader. Alright, Aurora wanted to learn Mirror Coat, and I'm like, nah, that's okay. Anyway, now that we've level 50 and we've, or area 50 and we've gotten 800 Poke Coupons, I can finally say, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, Squidward on a chair. That's really all I wanted to say. As you can see, we're not halfway done with the time on this video though. We're almost. But this is where things get longer because everyone's level 40 now. Lesson's over. Glasses man again. Cackney and Fanby. Now the trainers kind of vary up their movesets, which is okay. I'm surprised that I haven't swapped in Heracross yet. I could have sworn I swapped in Heracross a lot sooner. I mean, as you can see, even though Aurora is now level 61, I haven't swapped them out because I've just decided that we're going to be using Surf for the rest of my life. Hey, it's a good strategy. Listen, you do anything you can to avoid tedium. I mean, the tedium comes, unfortunately. I actually have like slight blisters on my thumbs from mashing the A button and the B button. The one plus with the battle mode is that you don't get any experience, so you can skip through like having to mash the button for getting experience for that, you know, for your Pokemon there. But it makes up for it by having really long animations before and after each battle. Once again, we'll see that. It was nice getting to use Metagross a bunch here, though. Also, it was nice having all 6 Pokemon in my team available as opposed to just 4. Poor Vibrava. Does not have that much of a ability to take attacks, sadly. Guy. I love that there's also just a trainer class of Guy. It's like, look, what's your specialty? Man. But as you can see, the trainers also have like 4 Pokemon now instead of just 2. So that's another reason why it takes longer and why you are going to start gravitating towards multi-hit attacks. See, when a Pokemon on their side uses Rain Dance, it makes me happy because that just means that Surf is going to be more powerful. Like, it almost never works out for them. As you can see, Waterfall wasn't really doing much to Metagross there. Fun old man Haken. The real big weakness for Aurora is water types, but more than water types is grass types. Because, you know, they're resistant to the water attacks. But then again, I have Aurora Beam, which is okay. Aurora Beam had its uses later on, but it's really a I can't use Surf move as opposed to a first option against grass and dragon and flying Pokemon type thing. And this person here, they're Roselia. Luckily we have Psychic. I still love Roselia when you hit it, it's just like so indignant looking. I asked you nicely to go easy on us. Okay, we're up to 60. Loco. Loco has a Wigglytuff and a Azumarill. Great job. I love how dumb Wigglytuff just does a face plant. Whaleman. Look at you. See, Metagross isn't good against water types either because of the steel. Oh, a Wobbuffet. I love Wobbuffet because I see that and I'm like, oh, thank God, I can just focus on the other Pokemon now. And Wobbuffet can't do anything to me unless it uses Mirror Coat and almost kills Aurora. Which has happened a few times with Surf. But like, for the most part, I could just ignore one of the Pokemon because it can't attack me. Anyway, we get, what was that, like 900 or something? Went too fast. Anyway, now it's time for Gort. We're finally out of the active volcano and we're over the side of the volcano instead. As you can hear, the music has changed again. And everybody is level 45 to start off. If you're interested in actually hearing the music, I would suggest, checking it out on YouTube or something, because I'm not slowing this down until we get to the final 10 floors, the final 10 battles. That's going to be its own video. We're going up to 90 today, if you couldn't tell by the video title. Like, at least the, one plus to the Pokemon being higher leveled is that we are getting a bit more experience now. But they're not getting that much more powerful. Poor Clamper. So we're level 63 now. Okay. This is where I decide that it's no longer time to play around. We're doing the Heracross Borealis Earthquake special. And of course, the first battle I decide to do it, the person has flying type Pokemon. So I'm like, come on! Are you kidding me? Like, the timing, the amazing timing that I had with that. And a Linoon for some reason. Even losing is exhilarating. But yeah, Heracross is horribly, horribly overpowered for a Pokemon, and Earthquake is a very powerful move. Once again, a flying Pokemon and a Pokemon with Levitate, and I'm just asking myself, like, how did I do this? How did I time this the worst? But luckily Megahorn is also horribly overpowered. Also, I was looking away, and I look back, I'm like, I don't remember killing Banette. How'd Sableye get out there? But no, this person just withdrew them for some reason. Sometimes these trainers use strategy, and it's actually kind of interesting. And then most of the time they don't. They withdrew Banette because of the Perish song. Lady in Suit Reem. Okay, now it's time to use Earthquake. Hooray! Poor Roselia. See, grass types kind of resist the excuse me, the ground moves also, so you have to be careful. I should have attacked Blossom first instead of Roselia, because Roselia would have been neutral. But Borealis essentially here is to attack the Pokemon that Earthquake won't hit, to try to get out a different Pokemon that Earthquake will hit. like giraffe rig here. As you can see, the battle is going a lot faster now. And surprisingly, Brick Break and Megahorn are really good alternatives when a Pokemon has Levitate. It's usually not good against them because it's like a flying type or something, but it works out. And Chimecho is Levitate also, but Camerupt does not. I love Chimecho's fainting animation. It's just really dopey. We've seen it before in the Let's Play. Just bonk. Ho ho. Ho ho. Yeah, this feels like it's gone faster, but it's actually the longest segment so far. But, alright, Granbull. Man, we had one trainer, I guess, I'm pretty sure it's in this mode. We had one person who had, like, a Granbull, a Masquerain, and then a Stantler. All with Intimidate. And I'm like, dude, do something else. Like, that was their strategy. I miss being young. Share your youth with me. Anyway, here's the Area Leader 7, Athy. Athy is going to learn what Earthquake feels like. Yay! Boom. I always thought Dusclops had Levitate, but apparently it has Pressure. I was like, does Dusclops have it? Does Banette have it? Neither of them do. Banette has Insomnia / Frisk and Curse Body later on. I knew like one of them had Insomnia, but anyway, that's it for that, for up to 70. Was that 900 or something? So now we're up to 80, right? No. 71, right? 71. We're going to be getting to 80 in this segment. Noctowl. It's kind of funny how many flying types you see in the higher floors, because flying types aren't like the tankiest Pokemon, but they definitely understood that you would just have a team of excuse me, you would just have a team of Earthquake Pokemon, and they had to stop you at any cost. So there was thought that went into this. It's just kind of funny. To me, anyway. It's funny to me. It's also nice when they have it, you know, Pokemon that are just poison types. Although the Golbat there is not fun. What did I try to use on Golbat? That didn't affect it. I don't know. It's a Gligar and Sneasel here, so everybody's level 50 now. No Hitmontop. Gligar's a flying type, so I had to get him out of the way. I give up. Rebeck. Oh, there's a stupid Masquerain. Right. The Mightyena also had Intimidate. Is this the person then? Yeah, then Stantler with Intimidate. And what was the last Pokemon then? Granbull. Yeah, so 4 Pokemon here with Intimidate. I'm like, dude, I'm still one-shotting you. I just want to let you know. Well, I guess Granbull at that point, like, Heracross's attack was finally lowered enough. So I found that very funny, but also infuriating, but more funny than anything. It's nice when they just have a simple team that I can destroy. I decided to go for Fire Blast and Earthquake, and of course Fire Blast missed. Fly. Yeah, here Borealis was just failing me a lot. Why would we get whipped so quickly? I tried to go for my Psychic team here just to do some levels. I don't know how long until I reconsider this. Quiet phone. I mean, they're not a bad team. Especially when I can use Meteor Mash and, you know, just Espeon Psychic. They're both very high attackers, you know, or special attacker for Espeon. Metang and Granbull. But then we get to Metang and I'm like, just decide to focus on him. I can't believe that Metang, a Steel Psychic type, is resisting my Psychic moves. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that my throat is just so scratchy today. At least the other Pokemon fall rather quickly. There is that. Zone 78. Glasses Man Health. I'm looking at this, I'm like, I can't do anything with Absol. My throat's only bothering me because I have to talk for a while, of course. Explode. The Lairon would be more or less neutral to Steel. But still, Psychic is good enough. Whoa-ho-hoy! Naldo. Torkoal and Shiftry. See, Shiftry is a problem because it's a dark type, but luckily we have Meteor Mash there. Meteor Mash is good on Relicanth as well, because it's a rock. But it's also part water, which means it's neutral! So I decided to switch it up. And of course we miss, with it having no health. But then it killed itself, so problem solved. And now we're up to Area Leader Shoban. Hariyama Cacturn. Interesting. Amazing. Okay. Golem's next. We're just avoiding Cacturn because neither of us can really do too much against it. army also, neither of us can do too much against. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll go for a turn, why not, whatever. And then I remembered I had Hyper Beam. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes you just forget that you have these things. I mean, like, this is the first time I think I actually used Hyper Beam, so I think I could be forgiven for forgetting it until now. I was not even looking at what the reward for that was. Anyway, we're on the last 10 battles of this thing, and we've switched in the Arbiter. So he can get a little bit of leveling going on also. Yeah, that's the first one. Guy Keto, Breloom and Sharpedo. See, this goes nicely because, you know, we know what we're doing. Except for when Thunder misses. Fortress we couldn't really do too much against. You know, Bug Steel really isn't like the worst combo, unless you're up against a fire type, but it resists a lot of other things. Like, it's really not that bad. Of course, you get paralyzed here. We have Crunch. Mantine. Like, ooh, I can use. Yeah, so it's like meta isn't the meta isn't going to be doing too well here. Let's get Borealis out. It's one of the first times I've switched, I think, in 90 floors. Well, not 90, 80 floors. Send out a Whiscash, which we can't do anything about either. Scram. Like, okay, I'll use Blizzard, I guess. I'll be neutral, but, like, Blizzard isn't that great. Thankfully, Borealis decides to not be confused anymore. Matzo. Sounds like Fatso. I'm really surprised that I didn't switch to the Aurora and Heracross team yet. I really thought I did that like around 60. These guys with their paralyzing. Stupid Altaria. Crumble. There we go. Finally. Done. Is that it? Excuse me. There it is. Okay, here's the dream team. So I decided that instead of having Borealis out, because Borealis is immune to Earthquake, I would put Aurora out because Aurora is a tank. And as you can see, Aurora can take 3 Earthquakes before it becomes an actual problem. And so Earthquake plus Surf is just really good. And it carried me through like 80% of the other the harder mount battle. And aside from like grass types, it's pretty good type coverage. Everybody's in the mid-50s now, you know. Heracross is slightly faster than Aurora also, so Heracross will just generally go first with Earthquake, and then Aurora will, you know, essentially just clean it up. Whoever survives. Skarmory and Xatu. See here, you have to use other strategies. Shift trade. Like Mega. Poor Rhydon. I was really upset that Xatu survived that. This is where we all start leveling up a lot. But we're almost done. Can you believe it? We're almost done. Papa! 2 more battles to go. Credillion Armaldo. These people really love using Credillion Armaldo. Like, I've, over the course of all these battles, like, some of the Pokemon that appear the most are Credillion Armaldo and Huntail and Gorbis. And I don't know if it's because they're just trying to use new Pokemon or those Pokemon are actually good, but they appear a lot. Also, this person had a Heracross too. I was like, hey, same hat. And then I killed it. And for the final battle here, area leader Norris. Not Chuck Norris, though. Yeah, Megahorn and Aurora Beam are the way to go with this. Level 60. See, they're almost almost caught up to us. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. This will be ending shortly. So yeah, next time on Pokemon Colosseum, we're going to be taking on, with live commentary, the last 10 battles of the RPG mode mount battles. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.